Hello everybody, and thank you for coming to my channel. With Legends ZA coming out at this time yesterday, I wanted to go over my top 5 most anticipated locations to return to from Lumio City back in X and Y. Now I will rank these with my most anticipated one at number 1, obviously, because it's number 1. Now also keep in mind, a lot of my love for Pokemon is in regards to the lore and characters, and majority of my picks are going to be for things that were unfinished from X and Y. So hopefully we get more information, or hopefully we get more, whatever. And before we get started, I do want to say, this is probably outdated because like I said, I'm recording this 2 weeks in advance so I can enjoy playing the game. But yeah, so let me know what your most anticipated things are for Legends ZA down in the comments. And with that, let's get started. Located on the South Boulevard is our number 5 location, that being Professor Sycamore's lab. So we've already seen Professor Sycamore's lab in trailers, with it now being ran by the former war criminal, Mabel. Yeah, make that make sense. But it's missing one crucial piece of important lore. In the original games, it was ran by Professor Sycamore, where he conducted research on evolution, mega evolution, and change. He worked here along with Cena and Dexio, his loyal assistants. Through trailers, we have seen where, under Mabel's care, the lab is now a research facility where they study the habitats of Pokemon living within Lumio City. But there is one important question not answered by the trailers. Where is Professor Sycamore? The best-looking Pokemon professor is missing from any advertisement or any trailer so far to date. With his lab being converted to Mabel's facility, it does open a lot of questions. Where is he? Has he stopped doing research on Mega Evolution? Does he need help? Mabel is a war criminal. Just saying. I'm so excited to hop into this game to find out more information on what happened to our missing professor and what he was doing in between the time of X and Y and Legends ZA. Which, if you didn't see my timeline video from last week, go ahead and check that out. There. It's more like there. But check it out. It goes into a theory I have for it. In our 4th place, we have the Lumio City Museum, which is kind of a weird pick for me, but like I said before, I like lore. I love that the artwork was taken directly from the TCG and other official sources. You were able to read new stories, hear new lore, and see familiar locations. We have artwork depicting people in the Pokemon world, locations across Kalos, and then the history of the region. I am excited to return to this to see how they will incorporate newer generations past Generation 6, like are they going to include Galar, Alola, Hisui, Paldea? There's so much that's been added since then, and this is one of the major museums of the Pokemon world. So what are they going to add? Like potentially the mysterious trinket that was put into the game in the hotel sequence for the hint for the Alola games? I think that'd be pretty cool. Seeing how they incorporate new lore and new adventures and stories can help make a definitive timeline placement, which we all know. I love lore. I've said it like 5 times already, so. The Looker Detective Agency is actually going to be our 3rd place on this list, which we already know is in the game and it does appear in multiple different trailers. The Looker Detective Agency plays a huge role in the post-game of X and Y, serving as the driving force behind the story. Our favorite Interpol officer, Looker, is in search of Xerosic and getting into the entire storyline with an orphan named Emma. In the current trailers from ZA, we can see where Emma is now in charge of the Looker Bureau. Where did Looker go? I mean, he does move around a lot throughout our timeline, starting in Hoenn, going to Kanto, kind of, it's never confirmed, but Kanto, to Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, ending in Alola. So is he just away on an assignment? I do love the story progression though, that he found an orphan and then gave her a purpose, and now she is over here thriving. I also really need information on the backstory of Looker's deceased Pokemon that we found in X and Y through the photo. Now, in the Pokemon Adventures manga, it is confirmed that this is his Krogunk that he had in the post-game of Platinum. And that is so sad, but I need to know the story. I need to know what happened to him. I'm hopeful it wasn't what happened to him in the Pokemon Adventures manga, because she dark in that story. So yeah, I just need information. I need to know. Now in our second place, we have the Prism Tower, and this one is not really lore centered. So for those of you who don't know, I studied French throughout high school and college, and I actually got a minor in college, and I'm married to a French Canadian. So I love France as a whole. The French Canadian wasn't really relevant to that part of the story, but I love France. I actually got the privilege to go visit France for 3 weeks in college, and I was in Nice, which is very south of France, for 1 week, and then I was in Paris for 2 weeks. And I've been really missing France here lately. I haven't been able to go visit in a long time, and seeing the Eiffel Tower, Prism Tower, and experiencing that's just going to be super nostalgic for me, and I'm very excited for it. Some questions that I do have about the Prism Tower for the Legends ZA is it still a gym? Like, do Bonnie and Clement, are they still there? Like, what's going on? Is it going to be more of like a battle facility, kind of like the tower in Galar, or the battle tower in Hoenn, Sinnoh? Yeah, all of them. But yeah, I just want to know. I want to go to the top. I want to be on top of the Eiffel Tower. I want to look out over all of Lumio City. It just needs to happen. Come on. Alright, so we have made it all the way to our number 1 spot, which is the Fighting Dojo, but specifically the second floor of the Fighting Dojo. For anyone who doesn't remember, we have the infamous case of the Lumio City Ghost Girl. Once you go to the second floor, get off the elevator, the camera goes weird. A hex maniac gets off the elevator, seemingly floating past the players saying, "No, you're not the one," before leaving the screen to never be seen again. A crazy thing for XMY to put in 13, 14 years ago and never expand on. Like, mind-boggling that Pokemon would even do that. I need answers about who this Ghost Girl is, why she's there, why I'm not enough for her, most importantly. Like, in the found footage style Mega Evolution reveal for Victory Bell, we can see that this Hex Maniac does appear for a few seconds. Chilling. A callback, or maybe more lore for her? Was the Fighting Dojo abandoned in between these games and this is its remnants? Alright everyone, thank you so much for coming. If you did enjoy, go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe. This was a lot shorter of a video for me than what I usually do, but that's because I want to get back to playing the game. So, hope you guys are enjoying, keep playing, let me know how you feel about Legends ZA, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!